Hey WILDR folks, Alicia here. Today's 6-minute mobility is going to be focused on stretches you can do immediately post-hike at that trailhead before you get into the car that will help in the long term help you enjoy hiking for longer. So without further ado, let's get rocking and rolling. I'm going to be talking a lot about pelvis position today. So to start off with, let's put our hands on our pelvis, and I just want you to do this little drill with me. Let's get used to tilting our pelvis forward versus back. So to tilt that pelvis forward, we're going to take the top of the pelvis and tilt it forward. That should make your back arch. If you go really far with it, you're kind of sticking out your belly, giving yourself a little pot belly there. And then let's tilt our top of our pelvis back towards the back of the room. That's going to suck in your midsection. You're going to feel your butt working, you're going to feel your core working. So tilting forward, sticking out your belly, tilting back, sucking in your belly, squeezing your glutes. Okay, now that we've got that sorted, let's do our first stretch. What we're going to do is get into a lunge position. So if you're doing this at the trailhead, at the end of the day, you might need to tuck something underneath that back knee, a little pad, a sweater, something like that. What we're going to do is start by tilting that pelvis backwards towards the back of the room. So my abs are working, my butt is working, and then we're going to lift our heel towards our butt. That may give you a hamstring cramp at the end of a long day, so go gentle with it. Then you're going to grab your heel, or grab your ankle rather, pull that leg towards your butt while you're pulling your pelvis back. Gnarly stretch across the front of that back leg, and we are just going to breathe into that for 15 seconds. Nice. If this is tough balance-wise, hold on to something or walk your stance wider this way so you can have your front leg farther over there and this back leg farther over here. Okay, now we're going to let it come down. We are going to shift our weight onto our back leg so that we straighten our front leg, and now we're going to tilt that pelvis the other way. So it was tilted like this before, we're going to tilt it like this, and you're going to notice all of a sudden a stretch through the front or the back of this front leg pretty intensely. You can even shift it back and bring those toes up towards the ceiling. That'll make the stretch even deeper, and we're just going to hold this position for 15 seconds. I'm going to flip around so you can see it on the other side. So you'll notice I'm trying to make my back neutral. I'm not letting my back be here because I won't feel anything. So really tilting that pelvis forward for this one. Good, we'll go back to that first one. So foot comes down, shift our weight forward, tilt the top of our pelvis backwards, and then we get to do our old hamstring curl into a hold here. And this is painful, but in that good stretching way. Not in a aggressive, sharp way, but in that lovely, juicy, deep, lengthening kind of way. Good, then we're gonna let that foot down, shift our weight back, tilt our pelvis the other direction, and breathe into this one for 15 seconds. Good, and we're going to do all the exercises on our first side first here, and then you can repeat them on the other side if you so choose. Awesome. Okay, we're going to come back into our lunge. I've done all of these in a lunge position so that we just have to put the one knee on the ground at the end of the day, and we're not sitting in the dirt at the end of a long hike. Okay, so this one is a special stretch for your TFL, which is a muscle that's very sneaky, and we tend to go around when we try and stretch it. In order to stretch it, you are going to bring your front foot in line or past your back knee. That's going to lock your hips in a forward-going motion and challenge your balance a little at the end of a long day. And then from there, you are going to shift your weight forward towards your front leg. Notice how that knee is tracking over the outside of the front foot. And you're going to go forward until you feel a stretch here. Notice how it's on the outside front part of my hip and leg. Good. And we can play around with where our back foot is to help us feel that. The same with the first part of that first stretch. We want to be tilting the pelvis back in this one. So we squeeze the butt, tighten the core a little bit, and that will intensify the stretch through here. For some people, they won't have to move too far forward in order to feel it. For other people, you'll have to walk your front foot forward quite a bit in order to get into this position. But I want you to focus on feeling that stretch right here. Good. We're just going to feel it for 15 to 20 seconds. Then we'll come out of it. Last one, same foot as forward, we're still on this first side, is just going to be staying in this lunge position and rotating left to right. So hips face forward. I'm going to get you to rotate away from that front knee. Don't let that front knee follow you. So we don't want it coming in like this. We want it staying out over your second or pinky toe. And then you're going to stretch by just looking behind you. We don't want to start this with the neck. We want to finish it with the neck. So hips open, spine rotates, and my eyes follow. Then we're going to, after holding that, come this way, and I'll rotate so you can see me. Knee stays where it is. Hips start by rotating towards this front leg. Spine follows. Head follows, finally coming back through that. Good. And we'll go back to this direction one more time. Remember that knee stays away, but we do get that beautiful rotation. And to help with that rotation, we are trying to grow up. So bring your head up towards the sky. Awesome. So you can rewind this video and do that with me on your second side, or remember those moves. There's really just 3 stretches that we're going through in our lunge position. Do them on both sides at the end of a day out on the trails. I hope you have happy hiking, and we'll see you next time.